Sky Blue Fans TV, for the fans, by the fans.
Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sky Blue Fans TV. Yes, Milesy here. I'm back. Yeah, I've had a hectic last weekend and the week. I'll tell you something. That's why I haven't been on. So I'm really sorry if you've missed me. You probably haven't, but just in case you have missed me, I'm back tonight. And got a bit of a cold. And Ken's not on tonight because Ken's been poorly all week. He weren't very well last weekend and he's had all week off. And he's still a little bit poorly, so we hope you're getting better, Ken, and we hope you're better for Saturday. If not, I'll have your Watford ticket. So if you can't go, send it my way. But we got a packed-out show for you tonight. We've got a debutant for us tonight joining us. Yes, we seem to be getting a lot of people now wanting to come on the show, which is absolutely fantastic. So if you do want to come on the show, then please get in touch with us. Our email's going across the bottom of the screen, or you can message us on Twitter. You can, well, X as they call it now. You can get in touch with us on Facebook as well and Instagram. So if you do want to come on one night, please come and join us. We do love having new faces on, and it just makes it just better, really. It makes it better for all of us, and fresh faces for everyone to watch. So absolutely brilliant. So a couple of things we've got to go through first. George and John statue appeal. Where's my poster? There we go. There's my poster. So George and John statue appeal. It's currently at 25,386. So that's where we're at the moment. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. We've got plenty of time to get the money going. Trying to get just over 87,000. So we're well on the way. There is the account number, or you can head over to the link in the description for the GoFundMe page and get your, just go on there, put a £5 in if you can. £5 is better than nothing, and also it's cheaper than a pint of beer at the football, although the same price as a bottle of beer at West Brom. So there you go. So just if you can chuck a £5 in, that'd be brilliant. And if you put £500 in, you get your name on the statue. So please, if you can, just dip into your pockets. That'd be fantastic. Also, big fight coming up this weekend. We've got Danny Quartermain faces Alex Ratt on March 9th in Coventry at the ice rink there at the Sky Dome. And the players have sent out a good luck message to him today, which was absolutely fantastic. And also, we've got our Jack. Jack comes on the show from time to time, and he's doing an MMA fight. In his charity is for arthritis, because his mum's got arthritis. So he thought he'd do that. Head over to ultratickets.co.uk, and that is on Saturday, 13th of April. That's Birmingham away. So it might be a bit tricky if you're not getting a ticket, you can go. But if you are going to Birmingham, you'll find it a bit tricky to get there for the start time. But it is going on all day, so it would be much appreciated. He would love your support. So please head over and give him your support. That would be absolutely amazing. So let's get our guests on this evening. We do have the man himself, the encyclopedia, Claudio. Good evening, Claudio.
I'm just doing my open walk there with my glasses.
Brilliant. You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. Sponsored by Peugeot again, look.
Yeah, and I'm loving the Ivac shirt. Yeah. Brilliant. Yeah. Brilliant.
You lot buy the new ones, I'll stick with the originals.
Yeah. I know. Well, I'm growing out of my originals, so I'd struggle, wouldn't I? You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I'll talk about the club shop later. I'm going to have a little bit of a rant.
Oh, is that what the rant's about? I'm with you now. Okay.
I'm going to come and have a little rant in a bit, but that's later on in the show. And as I say, we've got a debutant on the show tonight. So please give a warm welcome. Oh, I've got to get my round of applause ready. Hold on a sec. Give a warm welcome to David Graham. Good evening.
Good evening, guys. How we doing?
How are you? You all right?
I'm good, thanks. Yourselves?
Yeah, very good, thank you. Very good indeed. Yeah, really good. Now listen, right? Listen, before we talk about how you got into the Sky Blues and everything, want to give a big up to the massive Sky Blue army, because look, Wolves is sold out, and I think this stand on the left, no, on the right. No, he's on the left. Yeah, on the right. The stand on the right, lower tier. I'll get it right in a minute. The lower tier is going to be full of Sky Blue Army. It's going to be Notts County all over again, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And
Really
that,
good.
And that corner behind the goal,
There.
the corner bit, that as well.
Yeah, the little corner bit as well. So we've got that as well. So congratulations. Well done, Sky Blue Army. It's going to be one hell of a day. It's going to be brilliant. And whatever happens. But I reckon this could turn into a Notts County or Blackpool, because we're filling all of that stand down the bottom, just down below. That's just going to be amazing. So congratulations, everyone. And guys, can't start the show without this. Congratulations, Mark Robbins, 7 years in charge, EFL Trophy champions, EFL League 2 playoff winners, EFL League 1 champions, and EFL Championship playoff final last year. We were that close, but well done to Mark Robbins. And the story, well, it's just going to continue. Let's have a few words and a big thank you to Mark Robbins. Let's have a few words from you two guys. Dave, we'll come to you first. Mark Robbins, what do you reckon, mate?
It's plain and simple for me. I mean, I don't think the club would be where it is right now if it wasn't for Mark. I mean, the work him and the team have done over these last 7 years has been phenomenal. To watch them go from where we went down to the lows of League 2 down to where we are now, it's fantastic. I can't thank the bloke enough. He's been brilliant. Such a gentleman, and the players obviously love playing for him because they don't want to go. Well, some of them anyway.
Yeah, definitely. And Claudio, what about yourself? What are your thoughts on Mr. Robbins?
I don't know what the fuss is about. No. I mean, who would you have currently? There's no one to have, and I think it's just he came in when it was difficult.
Right.
It was so difficult when he came in. You kind of forget now. It's the good times now, isn't it? And it was absolutely tragic when he came in, and him and the coaching staff, along with the fan base, who actually started to return when they realised something could be happening here, and he's dragged the club back up. Basically, I mean, you all know, you hear enough of me on this channel. I don't always agree with his selections and all the rest of it, and formations, whatever. But I said it on another podcast. It's like a long-term relationship. You can be in love, but you can fall out every day, can't you?
Definitely.
And you got to compromise, haven't you?
Exactly. And the good thing is, he's actually admitting his faults at times now as well.
Yeah.
Which
is really good.
That's new for him.
Is there any standout moment for you, Dave, about Mark Robbins? Is there anything that really stands out for you?
Checker tray for me when he come back, and that was, to me, it was him coming back, and that was a moment I remember. Obviously, and then taking us to where he did last season. I never thought we'd be in that situation, and we was. That's last season for me was such a roller coaster from the start to the finish, with injuries and not being having a stadium at one point. It was just fantastic where we ended up. Regardless of the result, was a fantastic season, and it's down to him and the players and that team behind him. It was fantastic.
Yeah. And Claudia, have you got a memorable moment that you can think that he belongs? Because Paul Hughes has come in here and he's gone, Robbins is a perfect fit for us. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening, Paul.
I go back to one of the very first players' evenings we had at the Covington Social Club, and he turned up and he spoke, and it almost like he was saying it was the second coming. He got his call to come back. He was told, I think, was it Pulis or somebody else, to have a look at Coventry again because they need somebody. And it's almost like he came back with a mission. You could see it. That he wanted to take the club forward. I think it was from that moment. I remember watching him, listening to him, thinking, I reckon he's going to get us straight up here, even though from League Two, it just felt right. But I mean, in terms of a season, I would pick at St Andrews for us to go there. It's an away ground, 42 matches. I think we lost 3 games. That's incredible. We were tearing it up in League One. It's a shame the season ended, because I reckon I couldn't see us lose another game. Those last 2 matches, we were flying. And it was that season, because that was a pivotal moment, I think, to get us back into the Championship.
Yeah, I remember him saying that we had one shot at it in League Two to get out, and it was the first attempt. Otherwise, that was it. It was game over, and we'd probably be stuck now in League Two, or we probably would have gone non-league. So, he did it. He did what he had to do and get us straight out of League Two, and then took a couple of years in League One, didn't it? Simon Wells has come in. He says, "Awesome manager, best ever." Mark Cunningham's coming. He says, "Mark Robbins and his team have made Wembley our second home." Yeah, it's just been unbelievable. And the journey with him, the journey with Mark, I think. I mean, when he went off, I was gutted when he went off the first time, and when he came back, I called Martin. Nation Radio says, yes, I did call him a Judas when he came back, but don't you always, you know what I mean? When someone leaves you and comes back, you think, well, what's the point and all that sort of thing. But, it's the job is done. The job is done has been absolutely amazing. And fair play to him. 7 years in charge, just brilliant. Now, listen, we've talked about Mark. We'll talk about him again later on. But let's have a little look at Spot the Ball. Now, guys, I knew I threw you a curveball, didn't I?
A little bit.
Yeah, and I'm sorry if I threw you a curveball last week, everyone. But there was 4 footballs last week. There's only 1 this week. Honest, truthfully, cross my heart, there is only 1 football this week. So, Luke's not going to make it tonight, unfortunately. So it's just the 3 of us so far. Let's go with you, Claudio. Where do you think the ball is?
21.
21. Okie dokie. Dave, your debut?
I'll go with 24.
24. Okay. Wonderful. Excellent stuff. And we had Guess the Gate, didn't we? What was the gate, Claudio?
29,092. No, 20,000. 20,000.
29,000. It was 22,092. And the winner is Craig Robinson with 21,987. But Claudio, what did you guess?
22,000.
So, so the closest to Claudio and the gate was Craig Robinson, 21,987. So congratulations. Get in touch with us, mate. We'll get a mug off to you and we'll get that sent out to you when Ken's feeling a bit better because he has the stash at his house. So congratulations to you. Right then, let's talk about Tuesday night.
Craig Robinson's from the Sky Blue Fans Forum as well, who kindly lets us plug us on there, basically. So it's a good. It's the nicest of all the forums, actually.
Excellent. Thank you so much. So you've won a prize. Brilliant stuff. Now listen, here's the team. Then this was the team Tuesday night. Old Ellis Sims there, look, bagging himself a hat-trick again, the second hat-trick in 9 days, nearly as quick as Matty Godden's double hat-trick in League One, wasn't it? So it was very close. But there's your team. So we had Collins, Latibodier, Thomas, Kitchen and Bidwell, Kelly, Eccles, Torp, Wright, Sims and Palmer. Right. So, Dave, what did you make to the lineup and the defensive lineup?
I was quite pleased, to be honest. Something I thought he'd go for. I wasn't sure about keeper-wise, whether he'd stick with Collins, or whether he'd go with Wilson in goal. But I'm happy he did change it. I think it needed to happen. I think, but yeah, it was quite good. I didn't know where he was set up. I thought we were going into a fullback, but obviously on the night we went into a 3, which kind of threw me a bit. But once we settled in, solid. They've done a good job all night.
Yeah, and Collins didn't really have much to do, did he? Really?
No, he had one on
save.
the post, didn't he? In the second half, I think it was. But
yeah.
Other than that, I think it was pretty plain sailing for him.
Yeah, and what did you make to Kitchen's performance?
Solid. I never have a problem with Kitchen, to be honest with you. I think you always know what you're going to get with him. There's always an odd mistake in him, but that's the same with any player, in my opinion. You're always going to get a mistake from here to there. But no, I think he's a very good player.
Yeah, and did you read into anything with him playing Eccles at right back instead of Milan? Do you think it was just resting Milan, or do you think it was something Eccles ready for Watford?
Yeah, I think it's more Milan. As you've listened to Robbins' interview after the game, he was saying that players are just crying out for rest and he just couldn't get it. And I think that was probably a bit of that. So, but I thought Eccles doing quite well, to be honest with you. He hasn't played there for quite a while now. So he's done a solid job. But yeah, I definitely think Milan needed that bit of rest.
And I mean, Bidwell, brilliant, wasn't he?
I've said it all along. He's Mr. Consistent. He really is Mr. Consistent. And I think what's impressed me with him this season is he's also added, I don't know if you guys have noticed, a bit more speed to his game. And his crosses this year are absolutely phenomenal, especially that corner on Tuesday night was absolutely on the button. It was fantastic. And how Latipodia got up above all them to get on that was absolutely brilliant as well. So yeah, really pleased that he's back in the side. I think for me, he's the number one choice for that side.
Definitely, I agree with you on that one, mate. And his corner, as you say, Latipodia getting up for that header. I don't think we've scored a header like that since Fads at Norwich last season. No, Leicester this season, wasn't it?
Season, yeah. I mean, Bidwell in his interview after quite made me chuckle. He said, I think for the first one where the keeper made the mistake, he said that cross wasn't actually very good. I messed that one up. And for it to come off is quite pleasing. And I think from what Alcy was saying, when Latipodia scored that header, it was something that they had actually worked on the day before. So it's good to see that they're actually working on set pieces because, as we know, we don't score from many set pieces. So it's good to see that they're trying.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Yeah, I mean, it was like last week at West Brom. When Wilson came up, he took that corner. And normally Torp's really good with his corners, isn't he? And he really fluffed that one, and there was we were waiting for it to come over the top for Ben Wilson to latch onto it like he did at Blackburn. But yeah, I think Bidwell for me is just absolutely just gives you an 8 out of 10 performance every game, I think, doesn't he?
Yeah, I agree. Like I said it to a lot of the people that sit around me. He's Mr. Consistent. He makes the odd mistake, but like I said, there's not a player in the league that doesn't do that. So for me, he's just brilliant. Absolutely love the bloke.
Yeah. Claudio, a bit of homework for you here. Paul Cutterford's come on and says, who was the last back-to-back home hat-trick? Maybe Claudio will know. I think I did hear it Tuesday night. Jim Brown did say it. I can't remember who it was now, but I think it was Darren Huckabee, if I remember right.
It was, Oggy was on about it as well on the radio after, and apparently he got it in the same sort of fashion, FA Cup, and then the next league home game as well.
Yeah, he did. There you go. Wayne Vaughan says Huckabee. Nation Radio says, it was Darren Huckabee. Yeah, I thought we heard that. So, Claudio, looking at the team, we'll come because there's the three of us. We'll come to you with the midfield and the strikers. What did you make to it?
Well, I was pleased. Kelly was in there, and he was just so solid, wasn't he? He didn't give the ball away, and I thought Torp was fine, and Casey. I mean, he can be a bit of a monster, can't he? At times, when he's on it, and he gets it in his head to play, he can play really well. I still think his delivery sometimes just needs to be a little bit better, but I thought the three of them were doing really, really well in there. I mean, I said last week I could see Casey playing as a false number 9. I can still see him doing it because he could easily do that role because he's got that in his mindset to get forward when he gets the ball. And I think between him and O'Hare, I think Casey has got that mindset to try and get forward quickly if he can. Callum's always looking for the nice little intricate little 1-2s and things, isn't he? Really, which is great. It's lovely triangles, but sometimes you want somebody to just have a go, don't you, and run at people. And Casey does it. I mean, it is frustrating because sometimes he gets tackled and gets knocked off the ball. But you know, I thought he was excellent on Tuesday. Like I said, Kelly was sound, wasn't he? I mean, you referred to the wing back. For me, Eccles plays far better as a right wing back than he does in midfield. He was great at Stoke when he was great at Southampton that game. He was excellent.
Watford last year.
Watford, same again.
Yeah.
You know, I was really pleased. And Torp he's going to be such a great asset. In 18 months' time, we'll be talking about him. Are we going to keep him? That'll be the talk because he's good, isn't he? He is good. Considering he's not had many minutes this year. Before he came to us, I think he's excellent.
No, this is the amazing thing about Torp, isn't it? He came to us after a 5-week break because they have a winter break in Norway. And Mark Robbins says, he'll be about 3 or 4 weeks before we see him. And he was in the team within 6 days of signing for us. He played for us against Sheffield Wednesday in the Cup. And the first 10, 15 minutes, he looked a bit slow, but all of a sudden he grew into that game. And you could see that it's like a duck out of water, and it just jumps straight back in and starts playing, and he kept up with it. Casey Palmer, Assassins Unite, says, Casey Palmer is the most talented player at the club. Sometimes he needs to believe it. Touching on that, you mentioned about Casey Palmer. The other night, he was looking for those through balls, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was picking it up and he was looking to slot that ball in between the defenders to slot Ellis Sims through on goal, wasn't he? He was always looking for that little ball, weren't he? Like he did against Maidstone and things. He was always trying to find a gap to slot that ball through.
Well, the only thing that lets Casey down sometimes is that when it doesn't come off, he has a little bit of a strop, doesn't he? And he just thinks, Casey, get your head down and just get back again and go again. Because, you're not going to get every ball going through, are you? It's impossible. Just keep doing it. I think, if we just we need to keep him fit, don't we, really? If we're going to anywhere, if we're going to try and get in the playoffs. We need these guys. We need Shifo back. I'm going to call him Shifo now because that's what Robbins calls him.
I think he'd be on the bench. See, I read into. See, I don't know what you think about this, but I had a little look at that on Tuesday night, and I've seen him playing Eccles at right back, and someone has put Assassins Unite put a little bit about Ivac here. He says he's a superb player for us. Form being down for a month though. Latties can't be dropped. He scored from 3 corners. Bidwell has to play. No now similarity with Kitchen, so he's playing well with Kitchen. Now he's just mentioned about Van Ivac there. I said to Paul behind me, Paul Cuttyford, I said to him behind me, I said, do you know what I reckon's happening here? He's playing Eccles at right back, ready for Saturday. And Sheaf's probably going to come back Saturday, play 60 minutes, right? Then he'll move Eccles into midfield, take Sheaf off and put Van Ivac at right back.
I'd love to see that happen. I really would. I'm actually really looking forward to seeing him back. We're definitely missing him in that midfield. Although, to be fair, like you touched on a minute ago, Claudia, I thought Kelly's done a brilliant job since coming back. Considering he's not hardly touched the ball all season, to come and play 2 90-minute games, I thought he was really, really good. Controlled the midfield really well.
That's the plan. He doesn't play for a whole year, then he plays in the last 10 matches and gets another contract.
Yeah, a bit like last season, really. But I've touched on it with a few people where we sit. I thought he was a massive part of why we made it to the playoffs last year, because him and Sheaf in the midfield last season were really good.
I mean, like I said earlier, he rarely gives the ball away.
No, this is it. He don't make a mistake very often.
As long as we keep the midfielders injury free, we've got to get those other guys back, and we'll have a real good go the last 10 matches.
Definitely.
So many games are won in that midfield.
100%.
Now, Sims, right, second hat-trick. Now, do you think that Mark Robbins and AD have finally got the message across to Sims, and they're trying to turn Sims into another Victor? There was a couple of instances in the second half and the first half on Tuesday night where he got hold of the ball and just ran. He just ran with that ball, right? And he must have the biggest stride I've ever seen. When I was doing the poster for this, I was trying to find a picture of Sims, and there's a picture of him running after the ball, and his stride of his legs is huge. You could see glimpses of that. He's starting to really learn what Mark and Aidan Dennis want him to do, can't you, Dave?
100%. 100%. I think a lot of it's down to confidence. For me, I've seen this coming for the last probably 5 or 6 games. You just see him picking the goal up here and there. And I think, obviously, the Maidstone game was a bit of a turning point, I think, for him. I think, obviously, West Brom was neither here or there. It was just one of them games, I think, where he struggled to get into the game. But that was no reflection on himself. But Tuesday night, them finishing was absolutely brilliant. I mean, that first goal, people go, it was just an easy tap in. But he was alert to it. He was sharp, and he instantly recognised that the keeper dropped the ball, and that's great. That's what you need.
Yeah.
And the finishes, especially the third finish, that was a really impressive finish for me.
Yeah. And Claudio, his finish for that third one was good, wasn't it?
Well, even the second one as well.
The second, yeah.
I don't know. Okay, the ball virtually landed on his head for the first one, but we've moaned that he's not been in the box. If he doesn't go in the box, the keeper drops the ball, he picks it up again, doesn't he? He went in the box, the keeper dropped it, he heads it in. You've got to be in there as a striker. I mean, I was telling my lad, if you're centre forward, you have to play between those lines, the 18-yard line. That's where you need to be. Don't want you out on the wing. I don't want you on the halfway line. Just stay up there. And he's going to get chances.
It was a bit like one of his finishes in the Maidstone game where Casey rattled that worldie in, and he was alert enough to follow through and put it in. Again, I think you touched on it on the next show that, it's an instinctive finish, and that's what you want from a striker, isn't it? To follow them balls in and hope that it just gets built for you to just put them in. That's what you need.
Yeah.
The irony is, I was on the Championship podcast, and I gave him, the guy asked me for the February Player of the Month, the COV, and I said, Ellis Sims, and he sort of laughed. He says, that would get the keyboard Warriors going. The following night, he scores a hat-trick. he had improved last month. He had improved.
That's 5 or 6 games, definitely.
Yeah, he's been getting better and better. Now, Victoria, she's not with us tonight. She's secretly watching at work. But she says, nice that I've tuned in just in time for a good chat about Sims as a member of the Ellis Sims fan club. Yes, there's an Ellis Sims fan club now. I think Victoria's the chairman. So, and then don't forget, we got a Watford fan coming on in a minute. Carl, we'll get him on very shortly. He's sitting in the wing, so we won't be long, Carl. We'll be there very shortly. And I missed again a goal by Tavares. So the first week against Maidstone, I had to run down to Dillon's to DJ, so I missed 2 goals. And then Tuesday night, I had to run off because I had to get home because the wife was taking her dad to hospital or something the next day, and she had to get to bed early. I had to get her in the door, and I left 5 minutes early, and I missed another Tavares goal. And I still ain't seen it. Well, I mean, come on, tell me about it, guys.
I thought it was a good move. I mean, it started from defence, and I think Milan picked the ball up and took the ball forward into the box. I think the initial ball was actually meant for Matt, but it went through, deflected off a player, which was lucky for us, and Tavares just picked it out far corner, and it was really, really well taken goal, I thought, because I don't think, like I said, the initial pass was for him, but great goal, and I'm happy for the lad. Back-to-back home games, and he's getting the goals, so that's got to do the world of good for him.
And Claudio, did he get the goal because he moved central, didn't he?
Yeah, but he was off the defender. He came in from the side. But yet again, it's a goal scored where there's no real thought to think about where I'm going to put it. He just stroked the ball, didn't he? Put it away.
Yeah.
I think a lot of these lads overthink it sometimes.
Yeah.
They're desperate to score, aren't they? And sometimes, I mean, Sims did it with 2 goals, didn't he? Hit it first time, bang, goal.
Yeah.
So I think if they overthink it sometimes, it flies over the bar, it's a weak shot, whatever. But it was just an instinctive take. It was a good goal.
Yeah, it's one of them things. We had that with Gyökeres last year. I noticed a few times the goals you expect him to score, he never does. But like the one-on-one chances he had, you go, this is definitely going in. And it's one of those. But no, like I said, the instinctive finishes are probably the better ones.
Yeah, definitely. Now, listen, we're going to go to a quick ad break. We're going to get a Watford fan in. Then we'll talk a little bit more after the Watford game. And I've got a little bit of a rant to have. And we've got to spot the ball and guess the crest. So
and the quiz. And the quiz.
And the quiz as well, yeah. And we've got loads of comments, and we will get through the comments. We promise we'll get through the comments. Right, quick ad break. See you in a minute.
Sky Blue Fans TV, for the fans, by the fans.
Yeah, welcome back to Sky Blue Fans TV. Yes, I'm Miles. I'm back in the hot seat tonight. Ken's not very well, so he's not here. Vicky's working, secretly watching the show from work. Hello, Vicky. And we've got some guests. So we've got our regular, and part of the team is Claudio. Good evening, Claudio, again.
Good evening again, yeah.
And we've got our debutant, Dave. How are you, Dave? Enjoying it?
Yeah, really well. Thank you very much. Evening, everybody. I hope everyone's well.
Yeah, I think they are. I think everyone's enjoying the show. We've got a record number of people watching. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. We really appreciate your support. And if you want to help us out, you can buy us a coffee in the description on YouTube. You can buy us a little coffee, and that'll keep the channel going for you for another season. We got George and John statue. Where is it? There it is. If you haven't already donated to it, please do. There's the account number, or you can go onto the GoFundMe page. It's in the link on the description on YouTube, and you can find it on our Twitter account, also Facebook as well. Right then, we have got our Watford fan coming on. Shall we introduce him? Good evening, Carl.
There we go. If I turn my mic on, you can hear me.
There, we can hear you now. How are you, right?
Yeah, good, guys. Thank you, yourselves.
Yeah, not too bad, thank you. Not too bad. Now, listen, we do on this show, I don't know if you're aware, but we have a spot the ball. Okay?
Yes,
I've been
on before.
Oh, right. When we had to spot the ball?
Yeah.
Oh, last time, wasn't it? That's it.
It was last time. Yeah, last season. Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. So here we go then. Let's get your guesses then, Carl. Where do you think the ball is? Everyone else have a go as well, please. Everyone else have a little go, and get your guesses in. Where do you think? Now, last week, Carl, I put 4 footballs on there, but there's only 1 this week.
All right, I'll have. Let's have 23.
23. Okay, brilliant. And one more little go. We have now guessed the crest. Now, don't tell us the names of the teams. Anyone watching, this is just a bit of fun, this one. So we're going to do guess the crest. Just tell me if you got 1, 2, or 3 correct. Okay. And everyone else, don't tell us who they are. Just say you got 1, 2, or 3 in the comments. Anyone watching? Here you go. 3 crests. Have a guess. We'll come to Claudio first.
Definitely 2.
Definitely 2. Okay. Dave?
Possibly 1, if I'm honest.
1. Okay. Carl?
Definitely 2, but I'd have a stab at 3.
Okay, so you're going to go 3. Good lad. Brilliant. Love it. Absolutely love it. Now then, let's get us back. All right, brilliant. So, Carl, tell us a bit about yourself and Watford. How have you become to love Watford? And you're part of the pod as well, aren't you?
Yeah. So I'm part of a 3-man team, Do Not Scratch Your Eyes podcast. Been going a while now. Been going since COVID it started, and it's kind of spiraled out of control. We've upset the club on numerous occasions with our opinions, which is always nice. Love it. It's gone really well. I'm doing a YouTube matchday vlog as well, so I'm at the away games, which this season has been difficult as a Watford fan. Let me tell you.
Yeah, you had a bit of a nightmare last night, didn't you? With
an
own goal.
Yeah, we've had a nightmare all season. If being honest with you, the season's kind of unravelled in the space of probably 6 weeks or so now. Our home form is dreadful. And we're a club which 99.9% of the footballing world know that we sack managers, and for some reason this one survived. I think he must have naked photos of the owner somewhere, because there's not many managers in the football league or in any league that would probably get away with the home form that we've currently got this season. It's bordering embarrassing now.
Really? Is it? Because I remember last season. Then you guys come on early on in the season when we played you at home.
Yeah.
And you, excuse me, and you guys said that with where you are now, you really felt as a team that you were a mid-table team. Is it feeling worse than that now then?
Well, we've had a couple of transfer bits go through since then. We've had obviously the summer transfer market, and January's now passed, and we've done the square root of sod all with both. The players we've brought in just aren't good enough. We've got a lad up front, number 9, Rajovic, who you might as well put my washing machine up front and just leave it in the box, because it'll do more. He's one of those players that will get on the end of something if we put a ball in the box. But the way the manager currently sets up, we don't cross the ball in the box. We try and play through the middle. So it's completely anti anything that he tries to do. The team set up, the formation changes regularly, changes mid-game sometimes. I mean, last night we went to a 4-4-2 at times. And we didn't have 2 strikers on the pitch, so work that one out. It's
wow.
Yeah, it's a bit of an odd one at the moment. So I'm really looking forward to an informed Coventry arriving at Vicarage Road on Saturday. Not
well, we're only informed from Tuesday night.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
Preston absolutely annihilated us at home, and we'd lost once at home all season. It was quite embarrassing, to be honest with you. Especially going 1-0 down after 4 minutes. It was like, we're in for a long night here. So your fortune might change this Saturday.
Well, it might do, but trust me, with what I'm watching, I'm not that confident.
Wow. That is something coming from, obviously the guys that you are and the way you're passionate about your club. I mean, you said about the manager might have some nude photos of the owners. I was going to ask you that. I mean, how has he lasted this long, do you think?
Don't know. It's a really weird one, because I don't know if you remember, quite early on in his reign, he got offered a 4-year contract really early on, which everyone was kind of scratching their heads at. And he hadn't done anything wrong. The football had improved. The team was, fighting for each other. But recently, the wheels have just fallen off. There's no desire, there's no tracking back. And I don't know if you guys are aware of the, I'm going to call it Textgate. One of your employees was at the game last night, and yeah. So there's all that side of it as well, where obviously opposition teams can see how crap we are. It really is bad at the moment. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. We're in a relegation battle. We really are with the teams that are below us picking up points. QPR were unlucky the other night. Stoke down there. I think there's 4 or 5 points between the bottom 3 and where we currently sit. It's it doesn't make for good reading, and our running isn't a particularly good one. We're playing, I think, 5 out of the top 6 in the last few games. So yeah, it's a funny old season here in the Championship for Watford, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it now for you. I'm not being rude by not looking at it. I'm looking at the table.
No,
for
go
you.
for it. Yeah.
So you're 13th from 45, and then Stoke are 3rd from bottom, and Sheffield Wednesday are 2nd from bottom, and Huddersfield are on 38.
Yeah.
So you're 7 points, and if you go on a bit of a carry on with a spiral, you could end up just tumbling.
Know, yeah.
Would you really say that your form at the current time is that bad to be actually sucked into that? I mean, a 7-point gap, you would think, even if you were to go on even when they lose the next couple of games, but then pick up after that, it surely would be enough.
The worrying thing is currently at the moment is where the points come from. I mean, we went to Millwall, who have obviously under a new manager bounce. We showed nothing, no real opportunities. We were drastically lucky last night to nick a point against a poor Swansea side, and that's really the only way I see us limping to out of it is getting lucky and coming across teams that for whatever reason aren't up for it, but we don't score goals.
Do you think that's down to the players not wanting to play for the manager, or is it a new system that maybe not be working, or is it a combination of things?
Well, honestly and truthfully, we brought in Emmanuel Dennis in January transfer window. Now, anybody that knows us from when we were back in the Premier League, he played for us. Played as a striker, played as a central striker. We've brought him in as a kind of right-sided top 3, if you like. But he doesn't really do anything. The goals that he has scored, I think he scored 2 for us now. He's scored centrally. But the way that we play, that works if we play Dennis centrally. But we're desperate to play this Ivac, who I've already spoken about, and a lad called Bayo, another big guy. But just there's no plan B really for the manager. I think I was talking to a West Brom fan the other day, and it happened there to him. He started off okay, did all right, and then it literally just fell apart for him. And unfortunately, it looks like it's going the same way. But I wouldn't be surprised with the international break that's coming up fairly soon if Watford roll the dice. And
that was part of my next question, to be honest. What you've already sort of alluded to. You're a club that sort of tend to not give managers much of a chance. I mean, we've sort of discussed it before. I think with the manager, sometimes you need to give them a chance, but if it's really not working, it's evident to see by the fans.
Yeah, there's been a few. The problem that's happened with Val this time round, and probably hasn't happened for other managers, and why there's an issue, is the manager was given maybe 5 or 6 options to bring in terms of transfers. He's chosen those options, Ivac being one of them. He's also turned down players. We had an opportunity to sign Kiefer Moore, who's now at Ipswich. Didn't want him. Didn't want to bring him in.
Wow.
And you look at it. You look at that we can't score goals, and you're like, why have you done that? We've got a tiny squad. We're relying on a couple of youngsters to come in and play regularly for us at the moment. Wayne Andrews, who plays sort of right wing back, good player, but not quite at playing a full season in the Championship. And we've got no cover. We're playing a guy called Deli Bashiru, ex Man City centre mid, who played last night centre mid, but he's been playing right back for the last 4 or 5 games because we just haven't got the cover. It's things like that. It's when you start to look at those decisions that he's made, you kind of go, is that the reason we're in this position? Rather than maybe previously where it's been a little bit more, there's 25 players, make them work.
Yeah.
How are the fans reacting at the moment during a game? You know, so like when you go to any away game and the home fans, they're all energetic at the beginning of the game. How long does it take? Do the fans turn at a certain minute now?
Yeah,
was it from kickoff? Is it feeling uncomfortable?
At home's an issue. At home, I mean, last night, anybody that saw it, empty seats were. I mean, we've never really filled our stadium to its max over the last couple of seasons, but I mean, it was empty last night. So they're voting with their feet there. In terms of away support, we're doing very well. We're selling our allocations and that side of it. But what's happening is if there's a mistake, and there was obviously the one last night, the own goal, Daniel Backman and Andrews, it turns really quickly, and it's. I really feel that the players are playing under pressure at home. They're not enjoying it. We're not on the front foot. I think we had something like 38% possession last night at home against Swansea. Wow. Which is crazy. You shouldn't be. Just the whole setup at home is wrong. We're playing very defensively. We're not gun hoing it, just saying, right, let's go and win this game. It's just very sit back and try and catch teams on the break.
Wow. Yeah. It sounds like you really are going through a real tough period at the moment, and hopefully you'll come out of it at some point. I mean,
hopefully.
We know what it's like. We know what it's like. We've been there. We know what that's like.
Yeah, exactly. Now, look, there's a lot that's going on at the club, on and off the pitch. Let me put that straight. There's a lot happening off the pitch, which probably is affecting, that side of it. But it's all happening at the wrong time. Really, we're trying to rebuild. And I don't really want to be rebuilding in League One, because that's a really, really difficult situation to get out of. And you guys will pay testament to that. And there's big teams down there in League One, derbies of the world and stuff like that. So it's imperative that we stay in the Championship first and foremost this season. But I just really look at the upcoming fixtures and wonder where our next 3 points comes from.
Yeah, and really, when you look at the points, though, you need 5 draws out the last 10 games. Really, your points.
We'd have to be really unlucky to go down. Really unlucky.
Looking at these points, though, I was having a chat with Neil, who comes on the show sometimes. I'll go to away games with, and we were talking the other night, and we said that could this be a season where it's a record number of points to stay up?
Yeah,
because you've got those teams already on 38 points already.
Sheffield Wednesday have come out the blocks now, haven't they?
They were a team QPR out the blocks and things like that. It could be a record season to stay up. But when you look at it, you look at your points. You're 7 points off relegation, but you're only 9 points away from us.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the Championship, isn't it? It's crazy.
It's one of the craziest leagues in the country, I think. It was alluded to on another podcast I watched the other day. Again, I think it was a Preston fan went on, and he said a similar thing. He was just as much from the relegation as you are as the promotion, and I've never seen anything like it. It's as a neutral, it must be very entertaining to watch. I mean, even Jurgen Klopp has interluded that he enjoys it as well. So
I think the key this season, because they knew the teams that had come down, I think everyone has really upped the game this season to try and compete with Leeds, Southampton, and Leicester.
Yeah, and
you know what I mean.
Honestly, the teams that came up, Plymouth, Ipswich, they've done really well. Done really well.
I mean, look at Ipswich. I mean, who would have ever thought? I mean, they're having the season of their life.
Yeah.
They're 3 points off Leicester. And if Leicester gets 12 points deducted, which it might happen, Ipswich could be coming up and winning the league. Anything can happen, can't it? It's just absolutely daft. Now, listen, Carl, we've got a quiz for you. Then we get some scores, and then we get the answers to guess the crest. So we've got Claudio, our encyclopedia here. He's done a couple of 5 questions for you, and they're not that. You should walk this. You'll get all 5.
No pressure. No,
you will. You're going to get all 5. Right? Are you ready, Claudio? You ready?
In a sec, Miles. Can I just say to Carl, am I right? You haven't won a league game at home since November.
Correct.
I didn't realise it was that bad.
Yeah, since November. Yeah.
Oh, that's that's a surprise. That's
what I mean. That's what I'm saying about the manager. There's not many managers that would get away with that.
Yeah.
Especially
earlier. So I've got 5 questions.
Yeah. Here we go.
Here we go.
I clicked
it. Sorry. Now. It's working now. So, which ex-Watford manager who also played for Arsenal is buried in the cemetery in Royal Leamington Spa?
Ex-Watford manager played for Arsenal.
We're going back in time.
Oh yeah, you've done me here. This is anything that's like after 1990, I'm done with. God, no idea.
It was Eddie Hapgood, who was part of Herbert Chapman's famous Arsenal treble winners when they won the championship 3 years in a row, and also captain England. And he's buried in the main cemetery in Leamington.
Well, there you go. I'll write that one down. I'll ask the boys that when I get off this.
Yeah.
This is more like it. Who is Watford's overall record goal scorer?
Should be Luther Blissett.
It is. What a player he was.
Yeah, we know Luther. We know Luther quite well. Yeah, he's a legend. Good guy.
Watford were founded in 1881. What was their original name?
I think it was either Watford Rovers.
It was Watford Rovers.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Who left the club for a record fee of 9.65 million in 2007?
Ashley Young.
Correct. I'm actually surprised he's still playing in the Premier League, to be honest.
I know, yeah, incredible career. We nearly had him back. We were so close to getting him back.
Yeah. And the last question. In 1988, Coventry's defence of the FA Cup ended in the 4th round against Watford. Who scored the only goal of the match?
88. Let's go. I'll go with him again because we mentioned him. Let's go Luther Blissett.
It was Trevor Senior.
Trevor Senior.
I think you bought him from Reading because he was really good, and he went to you and he was really rubbish.
It was shite, yeah. That happens quite a lot for Watford, unfortunately. We bought Nathan Ellington from West Brom once for 3 and a bit million because he scored bags of goals, and I think he scored about 4 for us.
Yeah, Kevin Dinkle back the same time for us.
Oh, who's the guy? Oh, what's his name that we bought off? He played for Coventry, and he went to Newcastle. Oh, what's his name? Scored bags of goals for you.
Craig Bellamy.
No, quite a while ago. Had a moustache. Played in the Premier League. What was his name? That's going to bother me. He played for Watford. He was awful. It'll come to me.
Yeah, that's lost me, that one. Who's that, Claudio? Come on. Encyclopedia.
He had a moustache.
Yeah, big thick moustache. It's on Talk Sport now and again.
What year?
You were Premier League, so you were Highfield Road. What was his name?
Robert was not Robert Rosario.
No. English guy, I think.
No, I can't think.
It'll come to me.
Yeah, it's gone. That's gone. That has. Mickey Quinn.
Thank you. Thank God for that.
Paul just put that up. My cousin just put it up.
Yeah, he was dreadful. awful. We got a rather overweight Mickey Quinn.
Well, he was overweight when he was at our place.
Yeah.
Right, let's get some scores then, if we can do some predictions. We'll come to you first, Dave. Going into this Watford game, what do you reckon?
Well, after listening to what they're going through at the minute, I was thinking 2-1, but after hearing what I'm hearing, I think we could possibly keep the clean sheet and have a 2-0.
Okay, 2-0. Claudio?
Well, we've only won twice in 20 years.
Once was last year.
And once was last year, yeah. So we're either going to save Ishmael's job or keep him there. I'm going to sit on the fence. I think it's going to be an entertaining 2-2 draw.
Oh, okay. Now I'm not going this weekend because I've got a couple of radio shows to do. But I'm going to go for. I'm going to go for 1-0 to us. I was going to sit on the fence, but I thought, nah, I'll go 1-0. I'll stick with 1-0. Carl?
I'll help you guys out. I'll go 3-0 to you.
It can't be that bad.
Can't be that bad, Carl, surely.
Trust me, honestly. Trust me.
I feel
thinking I'm being overconfident.
I feel really bad. It's like it is because like you guys come on the last few seasons and you are great, all of you. You're brilliant when you come on, and when you build up, when we talk to each other, and a set of fans, and you're hearing what you're like today. It's like it's quite sad, really, because you are a great, you're a lovely club. Watford is a lovely club, isn't it?
Yeah,
and they always have been, isn't they, guys? They've been a real nice club, and you're hearing what you're saying.
We're going through some problems at the moment on and off the pitch, and listen, if the season was finishing tomorrow, I'd be over the moon.
I think we can all sympathise with that. I mean, we've gone through our fair share over the years. It's not a nice thing to go through as a fan. We all want it to go plain sailing, but when it's not a nice place to be.
Yeah, it's awful, isn't it, when you're there? I mean, as you say, Dave, it's like it's just not. You're not enjoying it either as a fan, are you, Carl?
No.
It's not enjoyable. Right, let's get the results then for the old. Let's spot the ball up again first, and we'll give you the results.
What did Dave say?
What?
Spot the ball. What did you pick?
24.
Dave, 24. So here's spot the ball, guys. If you're watching, just tuning in, we've got a record number of people watching tonight. Thank you so much for your support. Absolutely brilliant. So thank you so much. And if you want to support us a little bit more, you can buy us a coffee in the description below on YouTube. Right, here's the crest then. So here's your crest. Claudio, you said 2. Carl, you said you're going to go for 3. Dave, you said 1. So we'll go for Carl first then. What do you reckon, Carl?
So I can say the teams, yeah?
Yeah.
So I've got, I think, the one on the left, Peterborough.
Okay.
Then I'm going Hartlepool.
Okay.
And then this one's the one I struggle with, which I think is Leicester.
Okie dokie. Rightio. Claudio, you said 2.
I don't know now who said those. The Peterborough was the one I thought, and I thought Leicester.
Yep.
But the middle one, is because you've said, no idea. I was going to say Mansfield, but it can't be Mansfield.
Okay. Dave?
Again, I was going with Peterborough on the left-hand side. But, the one with Leicester, I guess, could be quite right looking at it now.
Okay.
But Peterborough on the left of me.
Middle?
Not a clue on the middle one, unfortunately.
Okay. I'll put you out your miseries. So 2 of you got 2 right, 1 of you got 1 right. And the answers are Peterborough, 90...
Watford.
Watford, 1958. that Peterborough one, that date wasn't meant to be there. I forgot to delete it. Forget that date on Peterborough. That's current. That's current badge. And Leicester was 1972 to 83 badge. But
Wow.
yeah, Watford in the middle.
It's the heart, isn't it? The heart.
Yes, the heart. That's it.
Because they say why they got a moose on their badge is what they say, don't they?
That's it. I could bore you and tell you the story, but I won't.
Yeah. So I thought, yeah, that was it.
I mean, you read that last night as well.
It was hard this week. It was hard trying to find some badges to really sort of, to try and mix it up a little bit. But I thought I'd do Peterborough because Epron's scoring goals for us. We signed this lad in January, Carl.
Yeah.
And Peterborough wouldn't let us sign him unless he went back there on loan. And he's banging goals in left, right, and centre for them.
They turn out some strikers, don't they, Peterborough, over the years? Ivan Toney. They do. They have some good ones.
Yeah, very good ones. Very good ones. So, well, thank you so much for coming on, Carl. We'll let you crack on.
Thank you.
Thank you again. And let's hope we're talking to you next season. Let's hope you stay up.
I think you will be. I'm just thoroughly miserable that you're going to beat us heavily on Saturday. That's all. And I'm going.
Well, listen.
Before I go, I still haven't forgiven Coventry for letting Luton into the Premier League.
Oh.
That's something I still haven't forgiven you for.
I know.
We haven't forgiven ourselves either.
We haven't forgiven ourselves, mate. Yeah, we've forgiven Dabo, but we haven't forgiven ourselves for not doing it.
The whole country wanted Luton apart from Cov and Watford fans.
Yeah, I was a Coventry City fan that day, let me tell you. Yeah.
Listen, mate, you take care and say thanks to all the guys as well. Say hello to them all for us, and we'll see you again, hopefully.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys. All the best, yeah?
All the best.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Take care.
Bye.
Brilliant stuff. Absolutely brilliant. I love the Watford guys. They're so good. And I really do feel for them at the moment. I mean, that is, listening to that, it's not good, is it, Dave?
No, it's not something I would ever thought I would have heard. I mean, again, we've been there and we know what it feels like. It's not, like we said as a fan, it's not a nice thing to be going through. And, like you say, with stadiums, we know what it's like to not have many in the stadium at some points. So hopefully they can pick that up. Yeah, 7 points. I can't see them going down, if I'm honest.
No, I can't see it. Can you, Claudio? They only need 5 points.
The problem they've had in the past is when they have been in the Premier League, I'm not sure they actually spent much money, did they? They kind of like almost did a Norwich where they didn't really go for it. And I mean, I think they've run out of money now. They've done 3 years now, haven't they? Premier parachute payment.
That's it. Yeah, lost it now. Yeah, they've got to start again. Sky Blue Sarah's come on. She said she's going to watch Mason Clark on Saturday, as didn't get Watford tickets. Right, Claudio, do you want to do all the comments? Let's get through these comments, and then we'll get the spot the ball winner. And I've got my rant to have as well.
God, where do I start? There's so many comments.
I know, it's brilliant. I can't believe it. It's absolutely fantastic.
We'll start with this one. Could have done with borrowing some of your 2,000 odd points for a Wolves ticket, Miles.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Well, that's another rant I was going to have. I've frozen, haven't I? Can you still hear me, though?
You can hear you, but your picture's froze.
That's fine. At least you can still hear me. So, right, I know people that haven't got 1,000 points or 9 points or whatever, right? But someone said to me at work, this lady at work said to me, how many points you got then? I said 2,020. And she seen me at 5 to 10 yesterday morning, refreshing the page to try and get my tickets for Wolves, right? And she says, why are you doing that when you're on so many points? I said, because the club have capped it at 1,100 to buy your tickets. So what's the point in us having all these points if they cap it to start at 1,100?
I didn't realise they had even done that, to be honest.
I just don't get it. I don't get it. Because really, I know the people who got lower points want to get tickets and stuff. I understand that.
Yeah.
And if I could help people, I would help people. And I would. I help a lot of people and I do a lot of things to try and help people. But when it comes to this, it's like someone said, if you've been to all the cup games this season, then they should have been able to get a ticket because they've been to the cup games. But then you look at the other side of it, where we've been to all the home and away games, then but I don't see a way around it anymore. I've lost. I don't know how they're going to do it. To be honest with you, I really don't. I'm a bit kerfuffled by it all. But
I don't think there's a solution really to suit all. It's you rather those like myself. I've not got enough to get a ticket for Wolves, but I'll be patient. But like yourselves, credit to you is that you've managed to get to all the home and away for all these years. It's a great great thing to do. So you're now getting the rewards for that.
I think this time, Miles, this time they've done it lower because I think they were going to get a backlash from fans saying we ain't got any chance whatsoever. I suppose bringing it down to 1,100 gives a few more people. They knew they weren't going to sell out the first lot in that first period. Because they could have easily gone 2,000, 1,800, 1,600, 1,400, couldn't they? But I think they knew they wouldn't sell out the first lot. So they dropped it down, I think. But, I mean, the last time it was 1,200 points, wasn't it?
Yeah. There was one game went up to 1,500 points. So
I think they probably need to stick to one system and not keep changing it for every game, basically.
Yeah, they've got to stick to one. Listen, I'm just going to refresh my page, read out some comments, and I'll be back in just a sec.
So Sky Blue Heaven 87. Matty Godden did well when he came on. Won 3 headers. We need Sims and Wright to tap the ball more in the air. I'll just go through these here. Assassins United, Leeds United, 3rd best team in the championship. It's because we got this chap from.
We got Arthur back.
Arthur's back, the Leeds fan. Get 100 points and come 3rd. That's possible. No, didn't want him up there. I like Victor Talk, but I wish he would take on defenders a bit more aggression, perhaps. Wayne Littlewood, have Watford changed managers more times than games they've won this season?
It appears so.
Craig Robinson, thanks for the mug, guys. I'll show it off on my Sky Blues fans forum group. Got a 15-minute break at work, so I thought I'd have a quick catch up before watching the rest of the show when I get home. Assassin United, I remember going to Watford in the Premier League days. They were already down. We hadn't won away all season and didn't then. That's right. We lost 1-0. Did lose 1-0. Dave McGee, can anyone work out how Ipswich Town have done what they've done? It's a mystery. They actually bought well in League One. They've got championship players playing the League One team last season. They've just been playing together for 18 months, 2 years now. So I think it's a case of they've gelled, but also they're quite aggressive, aren't they? They as a team they like getting forward.
Yeah, definitely. It was the way they've always seemed to me. Really, they all seem to be on the front foot and like to press high. It's the way I've always seen them playing.
This is from Sally 76. Sims is a massive confidence player. Also, with Palmer carrying the ball centrally and looking for the passes, benefiting Sims. Constantly working the flanks wasn't working for him. Going up here. So what do you think then? Looking ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that they played well together against was it Maidstone? Yeah, Maidstone, when they played together really well. Like I say, I think Palmer's just got that bit of cutting edge, and he always, like you said earlier, he always seems to want to play the ball forward, which I think benefits Sims massively. A lot of Sims' goals recently is on the half turn, so it definitely benefit him for sure.
I mean, do you think we should change anything lineup wise for Saturday? Do you bring anybody in? Do you take anybody out?
It depends what Robin's plans is with whether Sheaf comes back. Like Miles alluded to earlier, is his plans to bring Sheaf on, give him 60 minutes or plus, and then bring Eccles into the middle, or is it a case of you bring Milan back into that back position and put Eccles back in midfield instead of Kelly? There's options there for him, which is good to see, but we all know we don't know until the day we mark, do we?
I was just asking Dave about Saturday's lineup, whether or not we should change anything, bring anybody in, or take anybody out. It's difficult. I mean, I think just stick with it.
Yeah. I mean, as the old saying goes, if it's not broken, don't fix it.
I mean, as you all know, I don't like the three at the back.
I'm not a fan of that, to be honest. But
I didn't like the three at the back he played at West Brom. That was the thing. If you put the right players in there, it works better, doesn't it?
But look, it's good to see from him though that he admitted his faults, which is not often what we see from Mark, which is pleasant to see, if I'm honest. But no, back three normally isn't what I think suits us best this season. We've all played our best football when we've played four at the back. But I suppose the only bad thing we've got at the minute with Sakamoto out is who do you put on the wing? We're really short on wingers, so maybe that's why he's sort of maybe reverting back to a back three, because we can pack the midfield out, which we've got the players to do that.
I'm going to read out three more comments, Miles, if that's okay.
Yeah, carry on. Get all the comments.
We're living in these towns. It's good to see EMC doing so well at Peterborough this season. I just hope he can make the step up to the Championship next season. It's from Adam Shaw. Rotherham are the worst team I've seen play in years. That includes our FA Cup games and pre-season friendlies. They are poor, yet we lost them at the start of the season.
I don't know how we lost to them at their ground.
I don't either.
I think points along with stubs from previous rounds would be a fair way to prioritise tickets. I'm not entirely sure how to work that with stubs. Can I just say something about the points and stuff? Actually?
Yeah.
Now you've got season tickets. Say if you got 2,000 points. So you will lose your home and away games this season. That might amount to about 300 to 400 points. If you don't get a season ticket next year, you'll still have 1,600 points.
Yeah.
When they do games like away games, you still can't get an away ticket because you haven't got a season ticket, but you got 1,600 points. So basically, is it a loyalty point system, or does it depend on whether or not you got a season ticket first? Because you'd have to wait till it goes down to the last season ticket holders before it goes to general sale and points.
I don't know how that really works, to be honest, but yeah.
I don't think they've thought that out.
No, I hadn't thought of it like that.
I'll have to use that camera.
That's better.
You got that spider back there, Milesy?
Yeah, it's all playing up again. I've had to swap cameras, so it's a bit blurry now. Always
right,
my glasses. It's a bit blurry, isn't it? It's rubbish. How are we getting on with the comments? Are they all coming through good?
Yeah, they're all good. I think we just went for a spot the ball now.
Oh, all right. You don't know all the comments?
Well, a lot of them, yeah.
Wow, fantastic, love it. Oh, did you read this one out though?
Miles, what happened to Rotherham scoring after 4 minutes and City losing?
I was down Dylan's, right? I was down Dylan's, and I kept going, we're going to lose 3-0. We're going to lose 3-0. I kept saying, we're going to concede after 4 minutes.
Psychologically trying to G yourself up there then, Miles.
Trying to. But yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's just one of them. And it's like Will said to me on the way home in the car. He said, do you know what? I was stood there watching it, or sat there watching it up and down and whatever it is. He said, but it didn't feel right. Does that make any sense? Although we won 5-0, it didn't feel quite right for me.
Well, I said the week against,
I was a bit
against Maidstone when we were winning, at half time 3-0, whatever it was, and 4-0 in the night. I said, it must feel like Man City fans, because the game's over by half time and then the second half is like a non-event, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really weird. Really weird.
Have I gone again now, haven't I?
Yes.
I've vanished.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a bit of a bizarre game, I think, on Tuesday night. It's like you say, it was a game of two halves, really. It was good to see that we were a bit professional about it in the second half, but as a fan, it was very, very boring, passive to watch. But I'll get it. I get what the reason behind it. Maybe they were trying to save the legs, save injuries. It's not what we want at this stage of the season, but still a very pleasing result there.
It says here, there's a lot of extraneous noise coming from the show tonight. Sounds awful. Is Dave in a pub?
Is it? Yeah, he is. He's got a dartboard behind him.
Well, they're not playing darts.
Right, can I have me rant?
Yeah, go on. Then,
Go for your run.
Right, here's me rant. Right, here's me rant then, right? You ready? So, this is me rant. 1, we have a great club shop, don't we? Right, brilliant. Right? So, they bring out a new range of retro shirts and everything. Right? What would you, like, when you walk in that shop on a match day and you want to go into the shop, have a look at the range, and you want to walk out with a retro shirt in your hand, right? All they've got on the shelf is kids' shirts, right? No adults. There's only kids, right? So why on earth have the club not ordered more adults? Because there's more chance of the adults buying the retro shirt than the kids buying a retro shirt. The kids ain't got the money, but the parents have got the money, right? So why is it they didn't have any shirts? They lost £110 sale off me on Tuesday. You imagine if there was 100 of us went in that shop wanting to buy 2 retro shirts.
Yeah.
Club have lost money. The club have lost money. And the stuff that's in there now, there's nothing in there you want, really, because it's all full of shirts that you've already bought. Right? So you've all got your home shirt, your away shirt, your third shirt. They've got bottle openers, wooden bottle openers for £6 for a bottle opener. How'd you work that one out? You know what I mean? A wooden key ring, £4.50. How'd you work that one out?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Come on.
It's one of these things. It's one of these things. I think a lot of the things they put in there are a bit overpriced for what they are. Like I say, it's just silly little things that most people wouldn't really, me particularly, wouldn't want to go and buy. Like I say, a lot of the things you want to go buy now is your shirts and stuff like that, isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean,
like you say, retro shirts. It's going to be more for the older generation. The kids are more interested in what they're seeing their players playing in now, rather than however many years ago.
Yeah, they don't want. If why they're bringing out a retro kids shirt when you got a lot of fans like me that have kept your shirts. So my kids shirt of the 87, 88 shirt, Will was wearing until about 2 seasons ago, right? So I've still got that shirt. So the kids are going to wear our original shirts, aren't they?
Yeah,
Why
definitely.
are they ordering kids' shirts in retro range when the adults are the only ones who are going to buy them? Right? They've had a mare. The shop, they've had a mare. The shop's had a mare. And if anyone's watching from the club tonight, you've had a mare. And that's my only rant, because if you had 100 of us went in there wanting to buy 2 shirts and couldn't get them, right? £110 a time. It's a lot of money for Doug King to not have.
Yeah,
to put his petrol in his Ferrari that was in the car park.
Because Luca wears all. Well, you've seen him. He wears all my shirts from back in the day.
Yeah.
So yeah, but also I said to you earlier, I think they've brought out too many this season. I don't know why.
They have gone a bit mad with it. I sort of recognise that it's not something we've done. Maybe it's because like we've got this megastore that we've never really had before. Maybe it's they're trying to bring in that bit more revenue. I don't know, but it's definitely, definitely a lot. Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I've got all 3 shirts from this season. That's what, 150 quid or whatever it is at the bat. So yeah, it's. You can't, as much as you want to go and buy them, you can't always afford to go and do so.
I know, but when you see them, and it's like the yellow one, I've grown out my yellow one, but I can't find it, so I've lost it. So it'd be nice to have it back in the collection.
Yeah,
but the badge ain't right. The badge isn't right. They've done the badge wrong.
Oh right, okay.
The badge isn't right.
I've not been up to the shop for a while, so I couldn't comment. But yeah,
the badge is wrong on the 87, 88 shirt. The football's wrong. Yeah, it is. The football's wrong. Yeah, definitely. I've got to bring this comment up before we do spot the ball. Sally 76. Hi, Sally. Did I? I don't remember doing that. You make a fair point about the points, Miles, but you were ruthless. You were ruthless ripping me about my pitiful 940 the other week when you said you had 2,000. Oh, Sally, I'm sorry if I did. But I see you put a laughing face because you found it funny. So that's all right. I'm happy about that one. At least I haven't upset you. What's this? Paul Whitford says, bring back the 2-tone top. I've got one for sale if you want one. I've got 3 up in my loft. That's why there's none left. I love our new shop, but I have lost of money in the shop. Don't tell the wife. Yeah, shh. I'm the same. Shh. Just don't tell her. Right, let's spot the ball. Let's get spot the ball. Where is it? Right, there we go. Spot the ball. 1 ball this week. I promise there is 1 ball this week. I promise you. Cross me out. So where's the ball? So Claudia, you said 21. Dave, you said 24. Carl said 23. So is the Watford fan going to win a prize? The answer is 24. Dave.
beginner's luck.
Brilliant. Right, now, hold on. Hold on, wait, hold on, 2 secs. Hold on, let me find my spinny wheel. Then you can tell me the names. 2 secs. Where's my spinny wheel? Right, got my spinny wheel. Loading up the page. So, how many we got, Claudio?
I think 4 or 5. You got Dave?
Hold on. Wait. What's happened here? What's happened here? Oh, it's all gone wrong here.
Are you ready?
No, it's all gone wrong. I'm going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. Right, go on then. So we've got Dave.
Got Dave. We've got Gower 87.
Gower 87.
We've got Paul Cadden.
Paul Cadden, okay.
We've got Sally 76.
Sally.
Yeah. Did you say, did Carl say 24 as well?
23,
no,
I think it was.
Carl said 23. Okay, so
I saw Jamie Gower on. He said hello actually, and I wasn't sure because we see comments and all we see is like not your proper name. Sometimes you don't know who you are. So when he said hello, I was like, oh hello. Then he explained who he was. He said
hello.
He enjoys watching us, and come on, Jamie, get yourself on here.
Yeah, come on. Definitely come on. Right, I've got my spinny wheel working. We've got Dave.
Mark Cunningham said 24.
Mark Cunningham 24 as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got Dave. Okay. Gower 87. Okie doke. Paul Cadden. Paul Cadden. Add Sally. Sally 76.
Yeah.
And who was the last one?
Was it Mark Cunningham? Was that the one?
Yeah.
Mark Cunningham. Okay, right. Got it. Are we ready? Here we go then.
Yeah.
Spin. Right. Can you see it?
That's
See
it. Yeah.
Just about.
Right.
It's spinning. This is for the
There
podcast.
it
It's still spinning, and the winner is
Gower 87.
Congratulations.
There you go. Congratulations. That's about what's going on here. Everything's
He'll have
falling
it.
apart in the studio.
He'll have
There
a
you go,
collection.
Gower 87. Get in touch with us. You've won another prize. Congratulations. Right. There we are then. So up next then, after Saturday, is the FA Cup.
Yep.
Wolves. Oh. Are you excited about that, Dave?
I am. I'm just gutted I couldn't get a ticket, but I think we'll probably head down to Dillon's or the Tavern, I think, to watch that one. But no, I'm looking forward to it. I just hope we can take some good form into it.
Yeah.
But obviously, we'll see what happens after Saturday against Watford. Hopefully, we pick up the 3 points up there and take that momentum into that game. But I think we've got as big a chance of any. I think, like Claudio said, it's probably one of the most favourable draws we could have had, really, with what was left. So, good thing it wasn't at home, but I wish them all the best, and I'm sure they'll give it their all on the day.
I'm sure they will. And as I say, I reckon it could be another Notts County and
I
Blackpool
hope so.
taking all lower tier up. It'd be brilliant. Claudio, I mean, we got to get past Watford first, but you're looking forward to Wolves?
Oh, definitely. And I think for our players as well, what great an incentive is there? Another trip to Wembley. That's what we're going to look like for that semi-final. And it's just what an opportunity at a club where, although they are good and they've got some decent players, they've got half a team missing at the minute. So we've got a really good chance, to have a go. There's nothing to fear. Nothing to fear. Just go out there and play the game. I mean, it's going to be tough, but I think we can have a really good. It's going to be enjoyable.
I think we'll have a good go at it, and I think that Sheaf will probably get a few minutes under his belt Saturday, get him a bit of a taster ready for that Wolves game, and then Victor Torp and Sheaf can tear them apart in the middle at Wolves. I think it's going to be an exciting game, and I think the boys are. I think the best thing that's happened, I think that's coming out of this, is that the players are going out and about on Tuesday to all the different supporters meetings, and we'll be at the Tavern. We've got Milan, Van Ivac, and we've got Collins as well, Brad Collins.
Yeah,
so,
I've seen that last night. I missed it. I've seen the initial announcement, and then I missed it when it gone on. One time I went to get my ticket, they'd all gone. So it just proves how good and popular these events are becoming, which is a credit to yourselves and all the other guys that are involved in organising these events.
Well,
it gives the fans that bit of chance, doesn't it, to be that close up to the players and be able to ask questions. And not often you get to do that, so it's good what you guys are doing.
I spoke to the guy, Mark, who runs the Rugby Supporters Club. Fans. They've got Callum O'Hare going to theirs on Tuesday. They've sold 226 tickets. He's having to turn people away for safety reasons.
Oh, wow.
So it's, and it's a lot of work. I mean, I've been involved in supporter clubs in the past. It's a lot of work, what people do behind the scenes to organise all this.
Yeah,
I wonder if they'll be allowed to ask any contract questions.
I can tell you now, they can't.
A quick one here. What do you think of the Dean Austin having his messages leaked? Just a quick one, Dave, on that.
I found it really bizarre, but I mean, I was speaking to someone from work about it earlier, and it's easily done. If this is all true and it's come about, and why would you send them sort of messages? It looks like he's in the grandstand. Surely you'd be doing them sort of things when you get in the car or whatever on the way home. But no, just hopefully he doesn't put a bad light on us more than anything.
Yeah, I don't think it will, Claudio.
I think it's terrible that somebody is taking photographs of somebody's personal messages. End of.
It's like I said to someone at work. It's not when you're at a football game, you tend to be watching the game. Why would you want to be looking at someone's text messages?
That's wrong.
Yeah.
That's a privacy thing, isn't it? Surely.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Really,
It's a poor camera as well. It's a poor camera.
What was funny is that everyone was saying that between him and Mark Robbins, and it wasn't. It was between him and the agent. Mark Robbins was.
There you go. Oh well, there you are then. Happy days.
I just thought it's not a big deal. I mean, some people just throw the dummy out the pram straight away nowadays when they see stuff like that, don't they? And get all excited. I just thought.
Maybe someone got up this morning and said there was nothing going on social media, so we better start spreading a few rumours about.
They shouldn't be taking photographs of somebody else's phone.
No, 100%.
End of.
No, definitely not. No, just a couple more comments and then we'll call it a night because we've gone way over now. We live and die in these towns. Imagine beating Wolves, Leicester beating Chelsea, Cov Leicester semi-final at Wembley. I'd rather it be Cov Leicester in the final and beat them. And then they get their points deducted and we get them in the playoff final and beat them.
That would be one hell of a season, that would.
That'd be just brilliant. Dave McGee says, Wolves, no pressure on us. Wolves injuries, Claudio is right. Nothing to fear. Just exciting, an exciting game. Just got to go and enjoy it. It's our cup final, isn't it, really, at the end of the day? So,
it's just one of them. Enjoy the occasion. I mean, it's not often we get to play Premier League teams at the minute. So enjoy the occasion and hopefully we do well.
That's it. Wayne Vaughan says, I sit behind Miles and it doesn't help me spot the ball right. Brilliant. Love it. All right, listen, I've had a great night tonight. It's been absolutely brilliant. Dave, thank you for coming on, mate. Have you enjoyed it?
I have. I really have enjoyed it. And thank you for having me on. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, well, you did really. You've done great. And I loved your questions to the Watford fan, which is absolutely brilliant. So well done for that, mate. Absolutely superb of you. And
me being nosy more than anything.
Just brilliant. Thank you for coming on. And anyone who does want to come on, please get in touch with us. You can come on anytime. We don't mind you coming on. And also, if you love the show that much and you want to keep us going for next season, buy us a coffee at the bottom of our page on YouTube. You can see the link. Click on it. Buy us all a coffee. It'd be much appreciated. And it just keeps the bills going, paying for StreamYard and things like that. So it'd be absolutely brilliant if you could just buy us a little coffee. It'd be lovely. And Claudio, you enjoyed it, mate?
Yeah, I'm all good. Yeah, very good. Very good indeed.
Excellent. And you got your breakfast show Saturday morning?
I have. Yes, I have 9 to 11 Saturday morning. Same old daft stuff. Yeah, you're doing that.
And back with Leon this week.
Yeah, back with Leon.
Brilliant. And I'm on Friday night 8 till 10. Dance Anthem Saturday 8 till 10. And I've got a new show on a Monday. Manic Mondays. 12 o'clock in the afternoon till 3. So if you're at work, you're bored, and you hate Mondays, tune in to BC Radio, and I'll hopefully cheer you up. And we have a mystery hour as well. And I've got another little thing coming this Monday, which is going to be fun. So tune in if you can. And Ken will be back on Sunday. There will be no live stream from Watford because I'm not going, unfortunately. But we will be live Sunday evening, talk about Watford, and a little bit of a FA Cup build-up as well. So we'll have that coming along as long as Ken's fit enough. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Thank you to all our sponsors. And thank you, Dave, once again, mate. You've been brilliant. Claudio, thank you. And a big play up Sky Blues.
Play up Sky Blues.
Sky Blue Fans TV, for the fans, by the fans.